Hello and happy summer. As you can see, I'm wearing stylish clothes. It's very, very damp. The stream is full of water. It's been actually beautiful weather until about 2 days ago. Even then we've had some nice sunny times and it's still quite warm. We've had some absolute downpours, most of which I managed to avoid being out in, so I'm not so bothered about it. But I'm certainly not taking any chances tonight because it doesn't look good. So, updates. Wanderer Book 5 is going really well. So, my editor is making really good progress on it. In fact, if it was a normal length book, she would actually be pretty much finished now. But of course, it's a triple-sized mega beast. So, while she's nearly 200 pages in, there are actually 500 pages as it's printed out. Hang on, so it's going very strangely wrong with one of the dog's leads, and it's not going back in, which isn't ideal. There we go. Unexpected hitch there. Come on, don't go in the ditch. And as usual, winding the leads up as best they can. So there we go. Right, so getting back to what we've gone about. So Wanderer Book 5 is coming along nicely. Progress is really good. And we're also looking at a few ways of getting out as soon as possible. So I'm going to get the feedback from my editor and be updating while she's still editing later sections. My proofreader Frank has very kindly said that he will take it on as soon as it's available, and again we'll take chunks of it at a time. So what that means is we can get a lot of it done with a few bits left to finish off at the end, and then turn those around quite quickly. We're also going to look at getting it out to the beta readers a little bit earlier, so they probably won't have a fully polished version. Again, I imagine the first 3/4 will be edited and probably proofed, but possibly not the last parts, or maybe they won't be proofed. And again, that speeds things up. So I can't give any definite timelines yet. I think if there's one thing I've learned, it's not to, with the way things have been recently, it's not to make too many attempts at doing that. Let's try. The lead has broken again. This is going to be fun. Oh, as long as she stays pulling ahead, we're okay. And on top of that, the other thing to say is that when I do manage to give a date, I think it's going to be quite close. So when I'm able to announce a publication date, it will probably only be 3 or 4 weeks away, because we're speeding these steps up, which would normally take longer. Which is really good. It means, I know it's frustrating waiting to know when it's going to be out, but when I can tell you a date, it should be pretty close. And I think by the time of next month's update, I should actually be able to start giving a ballpark idea at least. So that's Wanderer. Dark Soul Book 3 is finished and ready to go to my editor. I finished the updates last night. Really enjoyed it actually. It's good going back through it. So obviously that's going to be in her queue. That'll be the next thing she works on once Wanderer Book 5 is done. But that is a more normal length book, so she'll be able to get to that in a reasonable amount of time. So imagine that may be out a couple of months after Wanderer Book 5, which will be cool. Dark Soul Book 4 I am writing at the moment. In fact, if I wasn't recording this, I would be dictating it, so I've switched to dictating for that one, which is working well. So I know the characters really well now, and I know this story. This is the one that I've had in my mind for a very long time. What else is going on? And there is another project that I'm working on. This is the one I mentioned before that I can't say anything about. And that's going to become my main project that I'm actually going to be writing using the laptop once I'm finished doing all the editing updates that I'm doing at the moment. So obviously the Dark Soul I've just finished, and Wanderer Book 5 I'll be starting to do. But I'm fleshing out the ideas for that story as well. So that's it in terms of my actual novels. Short stories. The short story I sent out last month seemed to go down really well. Lots of people really enjoyed it. So I am definitely going to do that again this month. I'm aiming to do it on the 15th of each month. I've left it a little bit late. It's the 11th day, and I've only just got them ready to give to my editor. Don't worry, not very long. They won't delay her very much from doing Wanderer Book 5. But I have got 3 or 4 ready, so hopefully we'll be able to do that. If the beta readers get a chance to give it a quick look over, it might be out a day or 2 late this month, but then we should have the next couple lined up as well. And it was really nice to see that people enjoyed it and think it's a good idea and want to get that kind of So the dog's lead is absolutely messing up. She keeps getting tangled in it. So it's really good to know that people like the short stories as much as I enjoy writing them. And I think this is the best way of doing it. The short story collections are fun to put together, but they don't sell that well. You know, these stories will eventually end up in them, but I write the short stories because I love them. They're ideas that get in my head and something just niggles away. And it's like, okay, I've really got to write that down. I've got to get that idea out. Quite often I write them whilst I'm walking and just dictate them. So I love the fact that people are enjoying them. Hopefully you still will do. And you know, maybe if you really like them, you pass them on to someone else that I'm interested in my writing. But the main thing is just to enjoy it. I'm sorry, I just seen I thought it was a kestrel, but it's too big to be a kestrel. I'm not quite sure. It's definitely a bird of prey. I haven't seen one of those around here before. It's just sitting on the fence just ahead of me, so I get easily distracted when I'm walking, I'm sorry. And in other news, I think that's probably about it at the moment. Yeah, I mean, that's more than enough. I'm so busy with these various projects. The Hellfire universe book. So book one's written, mostly dictated, but not actually written up. That's definitely taking a back burner now. I'll tell at least 2 or 3 in that series before I publish it. I've got to focus on other pieces of work, so it will definitely come through. It's just at the moment I'm not. Oh, that's one of the dogs hitting the end of the lead. At the moment I'm not got the brain capacity to do anything else, and not got the time to do anything else. So that one will probably start to feed through. Maybe it'll come through at Christmas, maybe it'll come through start of next year, depending on how other projects go. So that's it. The rain's still holding off. You can see it's pretty beautiful here. It's just a little bit dull and murky as well. So I'm going to go, have 2 hands back so I can hopefully actually hold the dogs without wrenching my arms out. And I will be back again next month, and hopefully with some more detailed dates for Wanderer Book 5. See ya.